Right, fellas, this is a huge PDF. It has 10 pages. So I'm surely going to divide the video in a couple of parts. And as always, you can download this from the link in the description. And if you need private tutoring, feel free to reach out. By the way, guys, these questions are pretty good. Um, I would say slightly difficult than 1.12 ABC, all three parts. So, and a little different as well. So let's work these out. Okay, we are given fx and a couple of values of x, and they're asking that if gx is defined by this, then what is the value of g1? So pretty straightforward. G1 is just 3 times f of 1 plus 2 is 3 minus 1. You understand, right? I just replaced every x by 1 over here. What is f of 3? There you go. F of 3 is 5. So I'm going to replace f of 3 by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 1 is 14 over here. Likewise, what is g of minus 2? G of negative 2, replacing x everywhere by negative 2. So it will look something like this. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And what is f of 0? That's negative 1. So negative 1 minus 1. So it will be negative 3 minus 1, which is negative 4. Okay. Then we have, so this is a little different. If g of k is negative 7, then what is k? So what will be g of k? Obviously replacing every x by k. So like this is equal to negative 7. This will be 3 times f of k plus 2 is equal to negative 6. Dividing both sides by 3, I have negative 2. So if f of something is negative 2, so notice where is the y coordinate or f value negative 2, right? It is over here. And it should correspond to an x value of 8. So this should mean that k plus 2 should be 8, which means that k should be 6. That should be our answer. Okay, likewise, we have another function h defined by this. So they are asking what is the value of h of 2. So this is pretty straightforward. H of 2 is 5 minus f of 2 times 2 is 4. And what is f of 4? F of 4 is, well, 2, as I can read from here. So 5 minus 2 is going to be 3. That should be our answer. H of 0 will be 5 minus f of 0. F of 0 is already highlighted. It's negative 1. So 5 minus minus 1 will be 5 plus 1, which is 6. And then H inverse 4. Now be careful. Whenever I say H inverse 4, it means that this is not the x value. Think about it like this. Had I asked you h of 4, you would have just replaced x by 4. But if I ask you h inverse 4, you will replace h by 4, because inverse means obviously that's the y coordinate, and you find the corresponding x coordinate, something like that. So subtracting 5 both the sides, it will be minus 1 is equal to minus of f of 2x. This means that 1 is equal to f of 2x. When is f1? Look at the y coordinate, there you go. F is 1 when x is negative 3. So I'm going to say that 2x should be equal to negative 3, which means that x should be equal to negative 3 over 2. Next, they have, okay, they are not given a function p. We have to first build it. So there's a horizontal dilation by a factor of 3, which means that it will be it will be f of 1 over 3 x, because that's a horizontal stretch. Then reflection over the x-axis, so there's a negative sign over here. And vertical translation by 4 down, so negative 4. So that's going to be your px. Now they are asking what is the value of p3. So p of 3 will definitely be negative of f of 3 over 3 is 1 minus 4. What is f of 1 from here, guys? F of 1, there you go. F of 1 is 7. So this will become negative 7 minus 1, which is negative 11. Then what is p of negative 6? Replacing x by 6 over here, it will be negative of f of negative 6 over 3 is negative 2 minus 4. What is f of negative 2? F of negative 2 is, there you go, f of negative 2 is 3. So replacing that by 3, negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. And okay, this one is a really good question. It's a pretty good question. When is px and fx same? px is negative of f of 1/3 x minus 4, and this should be equal to fx. That's what they are saying. I want these two obviously to be equal. Now, I think obviously you can definitely decorate this a little bit. So negative of 1/3 of x is equal to 4 plus fx. Now, there's not really any algebraic way to solve this equation. But since we are given a handful values of x, you can, I mean, first approach is just to blindly start from the most left and keep on trying all the values of x and see which one adds up. But a smarter way to do this question will be, don't you think that this is 1/3 of x? And if you notice, no fractional values of x are given. For example, if you put x as -4, it may not make sense because obviously this will be f of -4. It's fine, you can find that. But can you find f of -4 over 3? No way, because it's not even given in the table. So don't you think it makes sense to only try those values of x that are exactly divisible by 6? Divisible by 3, which boils down your options to -3, 0, and 3 and 9. Only these four numbers are divisible by 3, and I'm only going to try these. So let's start with -3. If I put x as -3, then this will be negative of f of -3 over 3 is -1, and this should be equal to 4 plus f of -3. What is f of -1, guys? F of -1 is -5. So, negative of -5 will be 5. So I don't know where to write this. 5. Okay, I'm gonna write. I'm writing here. 5 is equal to, what is f of -3, guys? 1, and 1 plus 4. Oh my goodness, are we that lucky? It actually worked. So x equal to -3 worked, which means that it is the correct answer. So it was a pretty good question. I like this question personally. Okay. Question number 4. I think we have done such questions earlier. So M is given by this. Now M is constructed by applying 3 transformations to F in this order. Horizontal dilation by 1/2. This would mean that there will be a shrink which will make it look like f of 2x. Then vertical dilation by 1/2, which means that it will be 1/2 outside. And vertical translation up by 3 units, which would mean that this is how M should look like. Now they're asking what is the value of m of -2. So I think that will also be the same thing, just as question number 3. So m of -2 is going to be, I'm going to just replace everywhere x by 2. So m of -2 will be half of f of -4 plus 3. What is f of -4, guys? F of -4, there you go, 0. So if it is 0, 0 over 2 is 0, 0 plus 3 is 3. So 3 is the answer for A. Then for B, m of 4, I'm going to replace everywhere by 4. So 1/2 of 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3. What is f of 8, guys? F of 8 is, there you go, -2. So I'm going to replace that by -2. -2 over 2 is -1, and -1 plus 3 is 4. And then I have mk is equal to 0. Mk is equal to 0 would mean that half of f of 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, which means that half of f of 2x is equal to -3, which means that f of 2x is equal to -6. And when is the functional value -6? It is -6 here when it is 9, right? So I'm gonna say that 2x should be equal to 9, which means that the value of x should be 9 over 2. 9 over 2. That's the final answer for this particular question. All right. In the next one, we have again a table, again a function, and again we need to find a couple of values. So h of 0 is going to be -2g of -3 minus 5. What is g of -3, guys? G of -3, there you go, -4. -4 times -2 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. So that's the answer. H of 3. H of 3 will be -2g of 3 minus 3 minus 5. 3 minus 3 is 0. G of 0 is 3. 3 times -2 is -6, and -6 minus 5 is negative 11. I hope you understand. And g of k is 5, which means that negative 2 g of x minus 3 minus 5 is equal to 5, which means that negative 2 g of x minus 3 is equal to 10, which means that g of x minus 3 is equal to negative 5. I divided both sides by negative 2. When is g negative 5? When x is, or at 6. So this means that the inside thing should be equal to 6, because g of 6 is negative 5. So x should be equal to 9 over here. That should be our answer, right? I hope you understand this. Okay, question 6 is similar, so I'm going to skip that. I'm pretty sure you guys can handle it on your own. Question number 7 is, once again, we want to build the function p first, and then, I do the transformation. So there is a horizontal dilation. Jesus, they just like horizontal dilation so much. Everywhere there is a horizontal, they are not even changing the factor. So it should be f of 2x, and there's a reflection about the y-axis, which would mean that the x would be replaced with minus, so f of minus 2x, and then vertical translation by 1, that will make this as our final function. They need p of negative 2, so p of negative 2 will be f of negative 2 times 2 is 4, f of 4 plus 1. What is f of 4, guys, from this table? Sorry, our function was g. I'm really sorry. I just quickly replaced everything with g. And what is g of 4, guys? G of 4 is negative 1. There you go. So negative 1 plus 1, boy, that's just 0. Everything for just 0. Find the AROC of P from 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2 to 1 over 2. So I hope you guys remember the formula for AROC. It is P of 1 over 2 minus P of negative 1 over 2 over 1 over 2 minus negative 1 over 2. Obviously, denominator is half plus half, which is 1, so I'm not bothered about that. Now, what is P of 1 over 2? P of 1 over 2 will be G of negative 1, because x is replaced by 1 half, so negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. So G of negative 1 plus 1, that's the P of 1 over 2. And P of negative 1 over 2 will be G of 1, obviously, and again plus 1, and over is 1. Now, what is g of negative 1 and g of 1? G of negative 1 is 2, g of 1 is 6. So 2 and 6. So this will be 2 plus 1, and this will be 6 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 minus 6 plus 1 is 7, so 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So that's our answer over here. Right, and I think I'm again going to skip question 8 for you guys. I'm pretty sure you can try. So this is where I'm going to end part 1. Well, unfortunately, just 2 pages. Like I said, this PDF is long. It's pretty long, but I'm going to make the other parts as well. Once again, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It will really help my channel. And if you need private tutoring, feel free to reach out. Thank you.